Hey guys, it's Neil here from RepRap Face doing another tutorial on building a Prusa Mendel RepRap. What I'm assembling right now is the front side threaded rods. Now for this assembly, you're going to need your two vertex triangles that you assembled in the prior video. You're also going to need your two RP rod clamps, which are what I'm putting on right now. They go on top and clamp the smooth rod. You're also going to need 16 M8 or 5/16 nuts, depending on which version you're assembling, and the 17 washers that correspond to it. Two fender washers, again 5/16 or number 8, depending on which version you're assembling. And your two threaded rods, 294 millimeters long, and your one skateboard bearing, which is right here. One thing of note for this part of the assembly is that this is the only part of the Prusa Mendel that actually came over from the cells Mendel. So you'll notice a little bit of redundancy in this part. There's several people who have designed replacement parts for it, but none of them have officially been adopted yet into the design. So if your Y motor mount looks a little bit different, no matter what, the assembly is going to be basically the same, so don't really sweat that. As long as it holds the motor, we don't need it, or it's fine. As you can see, this goes pretty quick. Now we're going to slide the fender washer on. Then your 608 bearing, then your fender washer. Now you actually have to sandwich your fender washer. You have to put two regular washers between so that it's not clamping the actual sides of the 608 bearing, or the bearing won't function. So you can see there it spins. If I just put the fender washers on there with no washers protecting it, it won't actually spin. Now also there is an option to use a printable bearing. For this build I'm not using it, but a printable bearing would go in exactly the same way. So it really wouldn't mechanically be any different. It would just go on in the same position as the 608. And the other side clamp. Now whenever you're building, you're always going to want to put a washer of some kind between any bolt and an RP part, because the finish on RP parts are always rough. because it's layer deposited plastic. Okay, that is all for this assembly. Now all you have to do is grab your vertex that you finished earlier. Put your 2 washers. Feed to that side. That's one side. Bolt. Actually, might be easier for you to see. Sandwich the outside. Just like earlier when you did the frames, you want to always try to assemble it so that the bolt is as far out as possible in your initial assembly, while still actually being on. It just makes it an easier deal to jig later. One half. Again, put your other 2 washers on the other side. Other side frame. Bolts. At this point in the process, you're again not going to really worry about making sure everything's tight. That will happen later in the jigging process. So right now, you're just getting it mechanically together. So that is that section.